not streaming. Universe. Okay. Just give me like 1 second. Just making sure that I am in fact actually live. Sort of. Hello? Why is it saying I'm not live yet? Oh, wait, there it goes. Yeah, thank you for the awkward ad. Okay, just 2 seconds. There's got to be a better way to see if I'm actually live or if I'm not live instead of just hoping to heck that it works. Okay, I'm live. Sweet. All right. Hey guys, Courtney Mermaid here, and welcome to another Tail Talk Tuesday. If you're new, Tail Talk Tuesdays are where we hang out and discuss all things mermaid up in my little world and in your world. It's very exciting. So any tail making questions, anything mermaid related, swimming, it can even be art related, and all that good stuff. Before we get into today's little session, I just need to do a quick announcement. I will have like an update video for my whole channel coming out soon, but because a few things are going to be changing just because life is the thing. Tail Talk Tuesdays are now only going to be on the first Tuesday of every month. If I do miss that Tuesday for some reason, it will be on the following Tuesday, but it will be a once a month thing because I am one person working 3 jobs and I cannot keep my head screwed on to my shoulders nicely and live stream every week. Excuse me, sorry. So I'm going to apologize in advance. I've had a little bit of a vertigo flare up. It's from a deficiency that I have. It's a chronic thing that I deal with, and it makes me stutter sometimes, and it's good. So if I repeat myself in advance, I apologize. It might happen. Some of my words might get jumbled. That's just life. This is the thing you don't see in my regular videos because I edit it out. So it just looks like when you see all those little cuts, it's just because, like, you know, you got to do the thing. Anyway, did I have anything else to say? Yeah, I wasn't going to live stream. I was going to be like, no, I'm not feeling good. Oh, I don't want to put that in the... Can I go this way so that I can sit? Ooh, no, that isn't the frame. Okay. All right, so let's see who's here super quick. I'm in my comfies because, again, I was feeling pretty lousy. I had some dinner and I'm feeling a bit better, but keeping it real, guys. It's not always rainbows and sunshine, but that's okay. All right, so here we go. JLA1 says, I live in Thailand. Wow, awesome. Rebecca says Alabama. Sylvester says Arkansas. Tony says Illinois. And then Luna says, hello. Hey, Tony. Hey, guys. Happy Tail Talk Tuesday. Mermaid Seamstress, hello, hello. Silver Dragon 4. Heidi ho, fellow mermaids. That's cute. She never misses. Hey, hey. Helen, hi. Giselle says hi. Oh my god, yay, hi, it's me again. That's Luna, that's cute. Mermaid Queen, yay. Yes, good, I'm live. I know, it's weird. I don't, like, there's a delay, so because there's also, like, just the delay from when you hear me, there's a delay in it actually going live, so it tells me I'm live, but then I can't see that I'm live for like a short count, and yeah, so I just want to make sure before I do like a big introduction that it doesn't get like horribly cut off in the middle of it. It's very weird. Okay. Part of that world. Mermaid Queen, I was just on your Insta. Yeah, so for anybody wondering, I did do like a little pre-game show, as it were, on my Instagram, in my Instagram like stories thing where I just hung out. I was feeling like, hey, get those guys to come and check out the old YouTube. Giselle says, I'm watching this even though I haven't finished. You haven't finished your homework? Get back to work. I'm watching you. Aw, thanks though. Avoiding an essay, a Silver Dragon. Oh geez, you guys, you're so funny. Nerdy Gal, hi from Brooklyn, New York. Wow, right on. I have a very large package coming from New York that should hopefully be here tomorrow. I hope. It'd be really nice if it got here tomorrow. She never misses. We'll miss hanging out with you every week, but do what you have to do. Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate. There's a few of you who said some nice things. Thank you. It's just life. I have to be careful. I want to do all the things like 110%. Can you tuck her in too, please? Oh, thank you so much. I like to do everything that I want to do, all these things 110%, but I am just one person, and because I have a few different issues and health things and mental health things and physical health things, I just have to be super careful that I don't overdo it, because if I let myself overdo it, and I do sometimes, it's like nothing good comes of that, and I just make a mess of my life, and I don't, no good. But yeah, I was thinking of doing some videos like talking about some of that stuff. Because I know there are a few people who have commented like that have said they have like also, you know, experience with like, you know, depression or anxiety or other health issues and stuff. And I was like, oh, it might be interesting to share some of the things that I've learned over the years in my 30 years, and some of the things that mermaiding has helped me with. So, aw, thanks, guys. Oh, hey, Martin Gamble, thank you. On that kind of vein, I'm also going to be, everyone's going to hate me. You're all going to leave. I just know it. I'm also going to be cutting back my videos to 1 video a week. It's going to be on a Monday. It's going to be on a Monday, and if I do feel like I'm able to do more than 1 video a week, I still will. However, I'm only going to schedule 1 video a week. So if I have time to do additional stuff, I will. Otherwise, it's going to be just 1, because currently what I've been doing is once a month, I film like 10 to 12 videos and in 1 day, and then I edit them over the span of about a week. And that includes like making thumbnails and tags and descriptions and everything. And while that has been okay, it's not been great. So it's been really hard, and it's actually caused me some trouble too, because people have been under the impression that I'm like doing these things every week when I'm not. I literally film on a day, and then that's it, and then that day just gets scheduled. So yeah, it's been an interesting experience trying to do a full-time job and YouTube at the same time. Has been really, really hard. So now that I'm going to be doing essentially 2 almost full-time jobs and this, I have to kind of pick and choose my battles. I am going to be getting more full-time into this, hopefully, midsummer. Anyway, I'll do a whole update video on this. I'm just kind of rambling now. I'll have my thoughts, like cohesive thoughts put together, I swear. But, right, Alfie? It's all very serious. He's on a heating pad. Oh, I can't show you because that's that camera. Dang, I always forget that it's not this anymore. It's so weird. But yeah. Alfie's here. He said, hi, guys. And he's sitting on his heating pad. But yeah, so it's been a lot, and especially because I'm going to be doing, okay, back up, Courtney, back the bus up, guys. My 4 tail slots went on sale April 1st, and the first 3 sold out within a couple of minutes, and then the 4th one was within half an hour. So within half an hour, all 4 slots were gone, and I was basically in tears. I had like a live stream going on my Instagram, and I was like, it was just the happiest thing in the world. So of course now I've added that to my plate as well. So in addition to the YouTube and the tail making and the 2 jobs and life and my health issues, now I'm like, okay, let's do all the things. So what's going to happen is some of the regular content will be replaced with live streams over on Twitch. I'm Courtney Mermaid on Twitch. For those of you who aren't already following me, definitely check me out. I haven't been doing much on there right now because obviously all of my time has been devoted to other things. That being said, I'm going to be doing live stream work of the tails that I'm working on. And so you'll get to see that stuff. And you can still interact with me. I have a mic. I can still talk. It's essentially the same, not the same as Tail Talk Tuesday, but I'm still happy to answer questions and stuff and hang out with you guys, but it will be on Twitch. So any announcements for that, you won't get notifications on YouTube because the algorithm will just kick you in the hiney if you send people away from YouTube, so don't do that. But keep an eye on my Twitter. I'm Courtney Mermaid on Twitter, and there is where you can get all the good updates for all of these things. It's very exciting. Okay, where did we get to? I'll miss you all. Jeez, you guys, you're so sweet. Oh, hey, FD! Asha says, hey Courtney, I love your videos. You are amazing, and what you were doing is really cool. Aw, thanks. Oh, it just jumped. Sorry. I don't understand. There's gotta be a way to make it. There it is. Okay. Is it Belicia? Is that how you pronounce that? Hello, hello. Oh, right on. Charlie says, hey, I'm 12 and I live in, I feel like I should know what that is. KY, I'm not sure. So how do you normally get your tails? Because I'm new. I'm not sure if you're asking how you buy one of my tails or what the scoop is. All the information for everything I do is on shopvancouvermermaid.com. My tails are not sort of starter tails. They're a bit more intermediate to advanced tails. So if you're just getting into mermaiding, I would recommend maybe like a fin fun tail, and you can just do a Google search for fin fun. You guys are funny though. What time is it? It is 8:06 by me. Mermaid Queen, do you think a 14-year-old can wear a neoprene or silicone tail? I wouldn't recommend getting a silicone tail if you haven't finished growing yet. Now, I know for myself, so 7 and 5, so by the time I was 12 or 13, I was honestly almost as tall as I am now, which is ridiculous. I was as tall as all the teachers. It's fantastic, if not taller. But I would wait until you've maybe finished growing, because I'm 30 now, and I'm also probably, oh my goodness, am I really like 20 pounds, 25, 30 pounds heavier than I was when I was in high school? So a silicone tail isn't the kind of thing that is easily adjusted to fit you if your shape changes. And if you're new to mermaiding, I would recommend a fabric tail to start. You know, you can design them and think in advance. You could leave extra fabric on the inside if you do need to let it out. You could always have that as an option. Plus, they're not as expensive as silicone tails, and you can still do some pretty amazing custom jobs with them, but silicone is a real investment. I mean, they can range, like thousands of dollars people will spend on these. So it's all a personal preference as well, and what you can afford, and that kind of thing, so. Purple Girl, hey Courtney, you look awesome as always. Oh, that's so sweet. Considering I feel like garbage, I went and like patched on a bunch more like concealer. I'm like, okay, I look far foundation. I'm like, I look fine. Paste the hair back and some hoop earrings and I'm good to go. It's literally what I wore to work today. I just was really not feeling great. I was so close to saying no, guys. I don't want to do it today, but I just couldn't. I love you all so much, and this is as nice for me as it is for you guys, or at least as you guys tell me, and I really enjoy my Tail Talk Tuesdays, so I didn't want to miss it. Luna, I hope you feel better, and I have to go to bed now. Sleep tight! Alright, Tabitha, I made it! Happy Tail Talk Tuesday! Woohoo! She never misses. On the Eastern Seaboard, 10:59. Holy smokes. Katie S. says, currently sculpting my fluke while I watch. Nice! Okay, Nirvana Z says, I'm 13 and my mom thinks mermaiding is childish. How can I convince her otherwise? I told her the things you said in your video, but she's not buying it. You know, not everybody's gonna agree with what you want to do, and it could be anything. And I've been in this boat because my actual career is also something that a lot of people don't consider to be an actual job. And I'll also, like, I'm an artist in the animation industry, so I'll get comments like, I'll be out with somebody and they'll be like, oh my god, I worked so hard today, like, oh gosh, customers or whatever, and then I'll make a comment like, oh yeah, I'm really tired too, and they'll kind of look at me like, really? You draw all day? So what you have to do is you have to know what you want, and you have to figure out how you're going to go for it. Now, when you're a kid, it's a little bit different, because you're kind of at the mercy of your parents and what they want for you, and they only want the best for you, right? So always try to remember that your parents are coming from a place, I mean, most people's parents are coming from a place of they mean well. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure my mom, although my mom's always been very supportive, I've been very fortunate in that regard, but I've had friends who've been like, you do what now? You know, like, even Eric was a little bit apprehensive. I mean, he got on board pretty darn quick, but it is a bit of an odd thing. So, trying to come at it from, like, showing your parents that you're serious about it. Like, this is what I had to do when I want to do horseback riding lessons. Like, you know, making extra money on the side if you're able to do without sacrificing your studies and that kind of thing, because school is very important, and I should be the first person to say that because I didn't work as hard as I should have, and I have some regrets, but hey, I made it into my chosen career, so it's fine, right? But making sure that you are being serious about it. So maybe if you're not a really strong swimmer, talking to your parents about swimming lessons first and showing them that you are committed and that you're serious about that. You know, also giving examples of people who do this professionally. So there's different grades of being a professional mermaid, and some people take it very, very far and have done some really insanely amazing things, and there's other people, you know, maybe like myself, who keep themselves a little bit more in the human side of the world. I'm not necessarily out in the ocean every day in my freaking, you know, $10,000 silicone tail doing whatever, but there's different aspects of it, and there's a lot of things that you can learn from the community and from it. So, you know, yeah, it's kind of hard to, like tough guy over here. No, it's all good. Hi. Right?
But you choose what you want to get out of it, too.
Yeah.
You choose what you want to get out of it. Hey, guys. you make it your own thing.
Oh, yeah.
And you make it stand for what you your
want.
values
Yeah.
are.
It's really hard when you have to, but it's like having your own goals and working towards it is important, and showing your parents that you're serious about it will help as well. So it's also not the kind of thing that you want to, like, I was the worst for this. I wanted a dog, guys. I wanted a dog more than anything in the world. Actually, I wanted, like, a pack of dogs, but it's a whole thing. But whining and complaining about it never gets anybody anywhere. So being, like, matter of fact, having done your research, coming back with, like, well, if I want a mermaid tail, this is what it costs. This is the prerequisites. I need to know how to be a good swimmer. And how are you going to help work it off? How can you come to your parents and say, look, I'm willing to do these chores, or I'm willing to, if you're able to, like, get a part-time job, or depending on how old you are, and that kind of thing, to kind of meet them halfway. That's a really good option too. It's not really good to have, like, a scheme. I wouldn't have a scheme. I would have just your facts, your information, and just show them that you're serious about it. That's all. Like, I know I don't have kids, so I couldn't say. I just, I know that I do a lot of crazy things, but I'm still a very, you know, I pay my taxes. I'm a very grounded individual, despite the fact that I swim in a couple of mermaid tails, you know what I mean? And I hoop dance, and I do all these kinds of crazy stuff, but just know that also, okay, I swear, I'm going to answer the rest of your questions in a second. But you're also going to be at the stage of your life where there are some decisions that just get made for you. That is just part of life. It's part of the whole experience, and it sucks. But it isn't forever. And mermaiding isn't going anywhere. I know I'm not going anywhere. I love this as a sport, as a hobby, as a community. I love it. So you can still work towards something and know that you will get there eventually. So patience is just... it's a crappy part of life sometimes, but having it can be a good thing. So I don't know if that helped you. I kind of hope it did. I wish somebody had said that to me when I was, like, you know, I should practice what I preach, right? But I'm the worst for that. Okay, I'm watching Siren. I recorded it. Sweet. Okay. Katie S. wants to know, what is the best response and worst response you've gotten from people seeing you in your fin in person? How did you respond to each? Okay, the best? Oh, well, the first one that comes to mind was actually probably 2012 or 2011, 2012, somewhere around there. I was at Third Beach in Vancouver, Stanley Park, and I was doing a photo shoot, and a couple of girls actually came over and were like, wow, that's so amazing! And they had all these questions, and it was right when I was still kind of new to being, like, out in public as a mermaid, and especially, like, at the beach, like, it was really intimidating for me that day. It was probably my second or third time, and I think I was even debuting that tail there. I'm not sure. Anyway, I can't remember. It's so long ago now. But they were so excited, and I've got pictures that my mom took, and the girls all wanted to take pictures with me, and it just was the most uplifting experience because they were all so genuinely curious and supportive, like, wow, that's amazing, like, great that you're doing that, like, power to you, can we find you online, like, and I just remember having a really good experience with that. There's been other times where they've all been very, like, impromptu. I've been at the beach in my tail, and little kids will come up to me, and I'll, I usually keep, like, a little pouch of shells or something that I can, little trinkets or something that I can give to them so they can have, like, oh, look at the mermaid, that kind of thing. And I've had a couple of really sweet encounters with kids. I have never had... I've had, like, a couple of inappropriate, like, I can't really call them inappropriate, but they made me feel uncomfortable. Now I'm I'm not a huge girl, but I am big. Like, I feel like I can handle myself. Like, I kickbox, and I, not to say that I could do any serious damage, but I feel like if situation called for it. But every so often, you'll be at the pool, and because we're in little shell tops, and I guess some people have interesting fetishes and things, and somebody will say something or want a picture with you, and it's awkward, and you're like, okay, you kind of want to be friendly, but you don't want to be a jerk about it. I always communicate very clearly with Eric, and I'm also very, like, this is something that you will learn with time. In my 20s, I didn't really get it. Not to say that I've ever had any weird encounters, but I am very clear about my personal space. And, like, at the end of my 20s, and now I'm in the beginning of my 30s, I'm just very clear. If you are too close to me and I don't like it, I'm not rude about it, but I'm just clear. Because your personal space is your personal space, and nobody should be all up in your face. You know what did I just make a rhyme there? Go me! Okay. In terms of maybe kids, I did have one situation where I had a little boy who had a lot of the same question, repetitive. Now, I wasn't able to talk to a parent or anything to see what the scoop was with him. I was just very patient, though, and even though I did find myself having to repeat myself, because it was almost though he didn't, I'm not sure if he wasn't understanding or hearing it the right way, but you just have to be patient, and you have to be kind, and know that everybody's experiencing the world in a different way, and not to get frustrated or upset, and just remembering that, like, if somebody gives you a weird look or has a weird comment or has, as long as you keep inside your own head is usually what I call it, and not being so focused on what everybody else is doing, because the reality of the fact of the matter, sorry, my nose is really bugging me. It's allergy season, and it's just so itchy. I just want to rip my nose off my face and scratch. The fact of the matter is everybody's really more concerned about themselves than they are about what you are doing and your look and your business and your thing. So even if they give you kind of a weird look for, like, a moment, it usually passes. And if you're ever in a situation where you feel uncomfortable, I never recommend doing the mermaid thing completely by yourself, or be alone in an unfamiliar area. You always want safety first, right? Regardless of you're in or out of the water. Because there are some weirdos out there who do some weird things or say some weird things, and you're just like, okay, hi, stop. Humans, man, it's a thing. Okay. Where did I get to? Okay. Where do I get my collectibles? Okay, so this is an interesting question. I'm not sure, like, I don't want to disregard this in any way. I just don't know how it's, you know, when you read something and you're like, what's what's it called? How you say something? What's the implied thing here? So I'm gonna read it. We'll see what we all think here. So Charlie says, hi, it's me again. So what do you think about gays and bisexual people? Random question. And where do I get my collectibles? Well, for starters, I am a very all-inclusive welcome to everybody type person. You know what I mean? As long as you're happy and you're not physically hurting anybody, breaking any laws, like that kind of thing. Well, I guess that's probably not the right way to put that, because in some places it's, I guess, you know, but I just want people to be happy. That's just the absolute foundation of it. Okay. So however you find happiness and love and acceptance, that's all that matters to me. 110%. Okay. In terms of collectibles, I'm not sure what kind of collectibles. Like, I've got Pokemon, I've got like Legend of Zelda, my mermaid stuff. If you're talking about the mermaid stuff, a lot of it I've had since I was a kid, and some of it's new. You can get a lot of stuff online. You can get a lot of stuff secondhand, thrift stores, Hot Topic. I know, Hot Topic, man, they had to open one here, and I'm telling you, or I just shop there like way too much. Anyways, but on that vein, I actually do have a super mega ultra secret surprise for June. Well, I'm hoping to actually have it out in May for June, but it's a very special pair of leggings. And I don't know how many of you are going to be able to guess what the color pattern is, because it's along this vein of acceptance, and I'm so excited to show you guys because, oh my god, I want them right now. So that was something I wanted to do specifically for that, so I'm very pumped about that. Yeah, better than running yourself ragged. Yeah, it's just, I don't deal, like, I've had a lot of stress consistently, and I haven't had a break from my job in a really long time, and it's funny because this is where we go right back to, I'm really used to people being like, all you do is draw for a living, like, why do you feel overwhelmed, or like what? And I'm over here just like, well, it's actually a really hard job, guys. It's really hard, especially because it was something I used to do just for the love of drawing and just as like a hobby. Having to do it and be employed to do it is a really interesting thing. So it's been an experience, let's just say. The Tony says, it snowed here over the weekend. What? We're in April, yo! Mother Nature, what is going on? Well, I guess it depends where you are, because, like, if you watch Gone to the Snow Dogs, and where are they? Are they in Michigan? Is that where they are? Gone to the... If you guys haven't watched Gone to the Snow Dogs, it's Alfie's favorite channel. Anytime the dogs howl or anything, Alfie loses his freaking mind. It's really funny. Isn't it? Yo, it is! Yeah. So serious. But yeah, they had snow. And they're getting more snow tomorrow, I guess, or something. So that's kind of crazy, though. I've never had, like, we had flurries, but it's gone. She never misses. You should do some videos about your health and mermaiding if you feel comfortable sharing it. I know I've seen Raina's vids talking about her illnesses and helped lots of other MERS. Yeah, I've really thought about it. You know, the person who inspires me, like Raina inspires me a great deal with this kind of thing. We actually have, I don't have some of the more severe things that she deals with, but we do actually share some of the things in common, which is kind of funny, but, or sad, I'm not sure. But there is somebody who on here, her name's Rianne, and she has her channel's called Wife Life, and I highly, highly recommend her. Oh my goodness, especially if you're like my vintage. She was like a godsend. Like, I'm telling you, I live for her updates. She posted one today that was talking about like how to talk about mental health. So not necessarily talking about mental health, but how to talk about, like, how to handle it, how to bring it up and to talk about it. And I just, like, it's super inspiring. And I feel like because I have generalized anxiety disorder and I deal with panic attacks and, yeah, and some other fun things. But it might be interesting to do like a video to talk about some of the ups and downs and some of the natural ways that I deal with it. because I'm not on like medication for it anymore or anything. So some of the things that I do that might be useful to other people, you know, and we'll also explain like, you know, why I'm doing what I'm doing and that kind of thing. So, but yeah, and also why it'll explain why I get sick so often, why I'm always bloody well with the cold or the flu or something. Bleh. Okay. Silver Dragon says, have you ever had issues with paint flaking off your tail when the fabric stretches or moves? Yes, I have. And that was a very specific instance where I gobbed on too much paint. So the more paint that you add, the more likely, like the thicker the layer, the more it will crack, which is why I never suggest using the super cover. The Permaset Aqua super cover is not what I recommend because it is designed to like maximum coverage, which is great, but it's not meant to be pulled the way that mermaid tails are meant to be pulled. So mermaid tails need to be really freaking tight so you don't get the gap, like the mermaid tail bum gap, that wonderful thing that shows off your bathing suit bottoms and sometimes your butt crack, and it's fantastic. Fantastic, right? I know. But yeah, the tighter you make it, the more stretch when you have to pull it on. And once it cracks, it's just going to keep cracking, and sometimes it'll start peeling. So, offhand, I'm trying to think of which tail that happened. I think it happened on Bluefish. I think was it? Yeah, I think it happened on Bluefish. And it wasn't actually the Permaset Aqua that did it because I don't use the super cover, but it was the Lumiere. I had some silver scales and I just gobbed on just a little bit too much, let it dry, and you get some of the cracking. So it's not super obvious, but I don't use that tail anymore anyways, but it is something you should be careful of, yeah. Boop boop be doop boo. Alexis, hey. Yep, Alfie. So happy for you, yeah. Love the doggy. Yeah, he just chills. He's just so zen. I love my guy. I love you. Do you know how much I love you? Do you even have a clue? Do you know? You know how much I love you? Such a good boy. Aw, thanks, Helen. I appreciate that. Oh, hey, my mom has joined us. Hey. Oh, and now it's jumped, of course, as soon as I see my mom on here, and then BAM! Really? Am I really that far behind? What the haystack? One second, guys. I'm just, give me just a second. Why is this a thing? How did this happen? I think she's my biggest fan. Okay, I am sorry that I missed you, Belicia. Did I not? I already said something to you, didn't I, though? So shout out to you there. I'm still scrolling up, trying to find where I saw my mom. There she is. Okay. Oh my goodness. Why is this so hard? She never misses. Why are you going to live stream tail making on Twitch and not here? Because I really hate the fact that I can't listen to music while I work, and I love to sing, and I love to dance around, and I love to listen to music that will get me copyright strikes on the YouTubes. So that's why there's never any music in these videos, but when I am live streaming, I like to listen to a little soundtrack, a little something, maybe some Disney music or whatever, so, you know, that's the reason, just because of that. So, because what happens on YouTube, it'll mute you. If it picks up that you got something copywritten, like playing in the background, it'll actually mute your audio, which is fantastic. So then I could be talking and you have no idea if I'm saying anything, so it's perfect. Okay, go and do your homework, Giselle. Yes! Mermaid Queen, I'm amazing. You're amazing. Oh, jeez. No, you're amazing! Okay, I'm sorry. I'm seeing that there was some drama there for a second. Calm down. It's good. Breathe. Every single comment gets read. I do my very best. If it jumps and I miss it, usually one of my mods will let me know, and I am sorry that took so long. There we go. Yeah, I hope that explained that, Charlie. I didn't want that to be, like, super awkward or anything, but I am very welcoming of everybody. I don't have, right? I just want there to be good and happiness. That's all that anybody really wants in life, is to love and to be loved, and I feel like there shouldn't be any kind of restrictions on what that means to anybody. So, but that's just, like, I don't want to start, like, a big, like, debate or anything with the universe and people are going to watch this in the future, but that's just in my mind how that is. There we go. Alexis, that's a lot of laughing out loud. My tails are gorgeous. I wish I could buy one. I'm too young, though. Oh, jeez. Yeah, they are kind of a little more like an intermediate tail, so it's okay. I don't have any slots open anyways at the moment, so it's all good. Rebecca says, how is your Luna fin holding up? I want to get one and a Mahina. Yeah, I'm actually going to be doing my Mahina swim. My very first Mahina swim is going to happen hopefully this weekend. I don't know if I'm going to be brave enough, but it's going to happen. Also because I've got other stuff going this weekend, but we'll see. My Luna looks brand new. It has not like aged or cracked or anything. I'm very nice to my Luna, so I just take really good care of it because I kind of feel like it's an extension of me and I just don't want to hurt it in any way. I don't really feel like I could. I just feel like that thing's made for my feet. It's just like, you're gonna get me off on a rant again, seriously. I'm just gonna, and it'll just be nothing but Luna talk for the rest of the stream. I know, I drive people nuts. There was a meme. Didn't somebody make a meme about me and my constant need to remind you guys about my discount code? Oh yeah, I can't help it. Sweet. Okay, so Charlie says, I'm not new at mermaiding. I'm new with your channel. Right on. Well, thank you for joining us. Asha says, hi Courtney, and the fact that you have 3 jobs, you basically have superpowers. I can't even do 2 things at once. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's also part of, like, it's really odd. It's kind of like, really? Oy. Neighbors make me crazy. I'm not gonna swear on my live stream, I swear, really. But I'm able to, like, hyper focus at the expense of my sanity, so, like, I can either be really focused or really distracted. There isn't, like, a nice little medium, and when I do sort of, I call it hyper focusing, but it drains me, like, a lot. I can't do it for long, but I can accomplish a lot in a short amount of time, which is great, except that I've had employers in the past take advantage of that and give me more work than a normal person could handle because I'm somehow able to do it, but then other parts of my brain stop, like, functioning, and I'm not able to deal with people. Things like I can't make eye contact with people then, and I stutter, or I get super, like, nervous and hot, and it causes panic, and just, it's good. It's super great. But it is handy to be able to do. Like, I know, I hear them too, Alfie. I know. They're outside, and they're making noise, because yes. Where are you going? Excuse me? Excuse me? Oh, he wants some water. My little guy. He's such a good boy. I can barely do one. Yeah. Yeah, different view, chat. I'm shaking it up, keeping it interesting. Mermaid Queen says, it's 11:08 p.m. for me. Yes. So that brings me to another point. I am going to be changing the schedule, at least for April. I will be pushing things forward most likely. Because, oh yeah, this will be the only April one, but if I do any other live streams, they're going to be earlier in the day. So, like, my Tail Talk stuff will probably be earlier in the day to avoid. I would ideally, probably starting after June, I would like all of my Tail Talks to be earlier. Alfie! Puppy, come get your piggy. Come get your piggy. To be a bit earlier, just because I know most of the people who watch me are actually in a different time zone than I am, so it makes for a little bit of an awkward, but this is just like, I get home and then I have time to literally feed the dog, and usually Eric helps me with that, scarf down some food, and then sit down and do this, so. The doll. What is your best tail you have, or looking into? I'm not sure what you mean. I just did a video showing off all of my tails. So you can actually check that out. I think it's not this last video, but the previous one, if you go to my channel and look at, I think it's just under videos, one of my latest ones was my full tail collection. You can see every single tail that I've made. Helen wants to know, when you were still doing painted tails, how did you make your scales so even and precise? I actually have a stencil. So you can go to the dollar store and you grab one of those like plastic duotang like folders for keeping, you know, notes and school papers and stuff in. It has to be plastic and it has to be thin. Then on a piece of paper, separate, just you can draw out whatever scale shape you want. I like to do that as kind of my stencil because you don't really want to waste that plastic because we don't really need more plastic in the world, which is why I reuse my stencils as much as humanly possible. But yeah, that's how I do it. I make a stencil for myself, and then I'll make like variations of it as well. Maybe like add like a little bits cut out so that it looks a little more natural and that kind of thing. So it's a good little cheat. It's definitely handy. Charlie says, how many collectibles do you have? And you look perfect, fine, and get well. Thank you. I do try. It is a bit, it's an interesting thing for a lot of people who deal with stuff that I deal with. We look like we're totally fine and normal on the outside, and we're really good at pretending that everything is okay. We're acting like everything is okay, and then nobody really knows until we physically can't. I'm kind of like a bird. Like, birds don't show that they're sick until they physically cannot not show because predators pick them off. Right, Alfie? I know. And so I'm kind of like that. I'll just be like, no, everything's fine. And then on one day I'll just be like sitting and I'll be like, I'm not okay. In terms of collectibles, I have actually narrowed my collection down quite a bit over the last couple of months. We've done a lot of purging and a lot of donating and selling of things. I'm trying to really scale back the amount of mermaid collectibles that I have and stick to very specific things. I have a real love. I'm not wearing her earrings right now because I wore these to work today because I wore the other ones. I think yesterday I wore them. But my tentacle earrings that you see all the time, I get those from a really amazing, amazing artist. The Slug and Kraken, she's on Etsy. I recently ordered another pair of their little tiny dolphins, and they'll just like faux gauge earrings, and I'm so excited. I want them to get here right now. So I'm trying to stick to stuff that's like more practical and less like dust collecty, where it just kind of sits there and that sort of thing. Over the years, I've limited myself to the amount of Pokemon stuff that I can collect, unless it's of the Charmander kind of line or Pikachu. I don't really let myself get it, so yeah, it's kind of hard. I'm trying to stick to it, just a few things, because like I live in a very small apartment and there is no room. There's no room for anything else. Zach says, hi, I'm 30 and I've started watching your videos and they've been very helpful since I'm still new at the mermaid thing. Great, I'm really glad to hear that. I've been hearing that a lot. I'm really glad that people are finding my videos helpful. That was kind of like the plan, is I wanted to share things from like a mermaid perspective or specifically mermaid related, and kind of make the kind of videos that I wished I'd had access to when I first started my YouTube sort of adventure in 2011. So that was a thing. So I'm really glad to hear that. It makes me happy. Okay, Silver Dragon wants to know, where do you get your designs sublimated or sublimation printed on fabric? What's the process? The process is they have a giant printer that I'm not even kidding you, probably couldn't fit. It's bigger than my couch. It's freaking huge. But there's a local company that does it for me. Really what you have to do is, so Google where you live and then sublimation printing. And there are companies that do it online as well. There's a lot of calculations and stuff that go into actually making something that I can print out, and then actually like it's already a pattern with the scale pattern on it, like a sewing pattern, I mean. Anyway, it's a bit of a process. I get asked that a lot. I've already given you guys the tools to figure it out. Where you live and sublimation printing, or online sublimation printing fabric. So spandex fabric to be specific. So. Alexa says, hey, so my grandma and I are making a fabric tail this year. I'm not sure what to do. I've watched all your tutorials, but it's just that you're a lot more advanced. You're also using a better material than me. Was there more to that? Sorry, it got cut up, and there's a comment in between. So, okay, so it's really not super, I should do like a speed round is what I would like to do. Would be probably handy. Because essentially what it is, and you can get any kind of fabric, you don't even have to, you can start out with something very simple as just a shimmering spandex, like a holographic spandex. It sounds complicated, it's not, just holographic spandex. Spandexworld.com has lots of different options, and it really is, at its most basic level, fold the fabric so that the shiny sides are facing each other, lay yourself down, trace yourself out, pin that sucker together, stitch it, like baste it together, try it on, make sure it fits, cut it out, sew it, roll over the waistband, and stick in your monofin. So it really isn't super complicated. The videos that I do, because I really want my tails to last. When I make them, I try my darndest to make them as high quality as I can, and as I take my time, and it drives people crazy. I get like a little bit of hate, which is really funny and doesn't really bug me, but I just feel like, why listen to what I'm saying? Because what I'm saying might be convoluted. Yes, I know that now, but this is years later, right? But I actually give some really important and good information, even though I just won't shut up. I really would like to refilm some of those videos, or at least do a video where I watch myself trying to explain how to do something and just be like, seriously. But there's a lot of things like how I explain about the fabric or how I explain about the paint, and people ask the questions that I've already answered. I really could have presented it a little bit better, but it really, in essence, isn't any harder than that. Just the fabric with the nice sides facing together, trace yourself out, pin it, baste it, try it on for size, and then sew it, make a waistband. You could even sew the bottom part if you really wanted to, or you can do what I do, flip it so now the nice side is on the outside, sew just a little bit in so you leave a foot pocket. I've got a video on that. And then just add some fringe, just with some scissors. So it's not super, super complicated, but it like, once you've done it once, it's not too confusing. So start with some fabric that's not super expensive. That's probably the real tip that I should give. And that's awesome that you're doing it with your grandma. I like that. It makes me happy. That really tripped me out, dude. I watched you just turn your head, and I thought it was a human face. That just really freaked me out. Okay. Alright. Silver Dragon says, I'm debating whether I want to paint my tail by hand or design it digitally and have it printed, since I have a tablet and some art programs. You could do it either way. It takes some guessing and testing, and some knowledge of how things print and color and all that good stuff. But it is doable, you know, it is absolutely doable. As long as you communicate with the company and ask them what their specific requirements are, because I'm not sure if every place is going to be the same. They probably won't be. They might need different, or have different specifications and that kind of thing. And also the cost, because it's not like it's super, I mean, it does cost less than what it costs to buy all the paint, because that's like, people are like, oh, why don't you sell your painted tails? I'm like, people already give me a hard time for my $4.40 price tag. Do you know what it would cost me, not even making a huge profit, or like even that much of a profit off my painted tails? I'd have to charge $1,350, $1,350. And like most of that just goes right back to the materials and like, no. No. Chad says, Romeo says, hi, Auntie Courtney. Hi, Romeo. Where's Juliet? What is she up to? These are cats, by the way. Just, I'm not crazy. They're cats. Okay, why is this person... Alright. Thank you, FD. I see that. Yeah. I do my best to read every single comment. Harassing for shoutouts? Mm-mm. Pata cool. Okay. Multiple times to explain. It's okay, FD. Like, you did really awesome. I kept seeing them come up. Sometimes you just gotta be like, yo, that's it. Sorry. It's okay. Get Eric in a mermaid tail. Nope. Hey, man, I've tried. Okay, I did get him into my leggings. He wants a black pair, but that's as close as we're getting. It's alright, Mom. I did already give her a shout out. So it happens. Mermaid swimming should be in the Olympics. I believe monofin swimming, competitive fin swimming, is a thing. Is it in the Olympics? I don't know if it's in the Olympics, but it is definitely a thing. Rose Hannah says, I've seen fabric tails that have a robotic design. Yeah, those are cool. They're not to my personal taste, but they are definitely interesting. I've seen all kinds. There's kinds with like floral patterns, lace. I've seen all kinds of crazy, really cool, unique styles and designs. So, oh, it used to be, yeah. What did I feel like? Where have I seen it recently on TV or something? Oh, I was watching, and it wasn't the greatest movie, to be honest. It was on Netflix. It was okay. I'd probably give it like 3 out of 5 stars. It's called something Titan. And it's basically like a group of people being forced to evolve to go live on another planet. What planet? I can't remember now. Was it Jupiter? I got nothing for you. It was interesting, but some of the dolphin kicking that they had, that they like enhanced, like was pretty cool. I was like, oh man, if I could swim that fast, yo! And we all know I'm not about the speed, but like seriously, it would be kind of fun. Soy band. Yeah, thanks, guys. I will check out the artwork you sent me, Sylvester, for sure. Yeah, if you guys ever want to send me, like, in-progress tail stuff, what you're up to, just chat and say hi. I am on Twitter. It is a great way to get a hold of me because I'm always lurking. I might not always be posting, but I am always lurking. So I'm Courtney Mermaid on Twitter if you want to come and say hello to me. You know, maybe. Oh my gosh. Oh, Nirvana, thank you so much. I needed to hear this. Oh, for sure. I'm not sure what I said, but whatever I said, I'm glad. Oh, you guys are so funny. I am apprenticed in the Burma. You guys are so... I love my mods. Big shout out and a round of applause to my amazing moderators. My mom and FD, one of my ever so loyal patrons. You guys are rock stars. I really appreciate you both so much. What I would honestly do without you, I have no idea. On days if you're not here, I'm like, oh god, I'm flying without a parachute. Oh my god. Okay, Purple Girl, I'm getting a custom order of slug and kraken earrings, same style as your favorite ones you always wear, just in purple. Those were yours? Oh my god! She posted a picture of them today and I saw it and I was like, oh my god, they're so beautiful. Dude! I messaged her, I was like, just take all my money. I want these so bad. What the dealio? Seriously, they are stunning. And they really glow in the dark. I'm like, I think I might need, just take all my money. Just go, just take it all. She's so talented. I cannot wait for my little dolphin guys to come in. I'm so pumped. Seriously, I love her work so much. When I first saw her stuff, and she's just such an amazing person too, because like one of my earrings had an accident. I was walking the dog and like I had my umbrella on my shoulder and it was really windy and the wind pulled my umbrella up and ripped my earring out of my ear and snapped the stud into the little finding on the back, and I thought I'd ruin them. I was so crushed. It was my first day wearing them. I'm telling you, I cried. I was so upset. And I messaged her, I'm like, I can't believe, I'll pay whatever, please just help me fix it. She's like, oh shucks, yeah, like, oh, here it is. And I've never been so happy for somebody to reply to a message in my life. I know it's silly, but like it's, you know, you find something and it's just so you just want to like hold on to it forever. It's so good. I am so jealous of those purple ones though, because oh my goodness. What's my favorite Fin Fun mermaid tail? Oh gosh, I don't know their product well enough to have a favorite. I haven't even seen one really up close, which is funny because I know a lot of mermaids who use them, and I still haven't been, like, right in the way. Probably their rainbow one, though. I've seen that one around. Not in person, I've seen it online, but I'm a sucker for rainbows. I'm a real sucker for rainbows, and I really like those. So. Latu's belly dancers, can I ask you something? A beach, ocean. Oh, at the beach / ocean, how does it feel to have sand in your tail? So this goes back to me having all kinds of crazy skin sensitivities. It's actually horrible, and I really don't enjoy it. And April can probably tell you about that. One of the first times she and I hung out, Mermaid Moongazer, we went to the beach, and I was still using my competitor monofin at the time in the tail, my tail. It's kind of sad that I named it that. Awful. But I was getting sand, and it just, like, I started spiraling, and I was not able to calm myself down. I was really unhappy, and feeling really lousy. I was trying not to be a total, like, sea cow, but it was happening. And like, if I can wear socks or something inside, it helps. I haven't been in this tail yet to the beach, so I couldn't tell you, but I don't particularly like the feeling. I love the feeling of sand, just on me, but as soon as there's, like, clothes or, like, friction between my feet and my monofin, I get a little bit peeved. In the water, it's no problem because the sand flows freely with the water, so it's not a big deal, but it is hard when you have, like, when you just have sensory issues that you're like, I just want to be a normal person. Can I just be a normal person, please? Please? Would be nice. Ugh. You guys are funny. You're like, no, you're more awesome. No, you're more awesome. My mods crack me up the best. Silver Dragon, do you prefer ocean or pool swimming more? I have honestly done more pool swimming than I have ocean swimming, just because every summer we get, like, not every summer, but most summers we get, like, a swimming, like, health warning because our water just isn't super clean, and there's been, like, bacteria and parasite issues and this kind of thing, and so the urge to go, like, hang out with, you know, it's just not so much there. So I do, if I can swim in a saltwater pool, that's probably my happiest. I do prefer to be in the ocean if the ocean is clean, but the ocean is so just, unfortunately, it's just a bummer, and it's sad. I wish it wasn't so. Is prickly, itchy, and can rub in a monofin. Yes, thank you, Mermaid Seamstress. It's good times and doesn't feel great. Where did I get to? Oh, geez, Mermaid Queen, that sucks. I was swimming at a pool a couple of days ago, and a kid grabbed my tail. And since it has an open bottom, she was able to pull it open, to open it up, and yelled at me to stop being fake. That's horrible. Oh, no. So that's the kind of thing. That's story time. That's the kind of thing where, sorry that I keep touching my nose. My nose is really itchy, and it's really bugging me, and I have allergies, and I can't deal with it. So you're just going to have to cope with me itching my nose every few minutes. So there it is. The thing that I tell myself, so once it's happened, and you can deal with it by getting upset, you can laugh it off, you can talk to parents, or you can just ignore it flat out. But I think the most important thing to remember is that there are parents in this world who really discourage imagination and are not kind to their children, in the sense that they don't foster that kind of imaginative play and exploration and possibilities and that kind of thing. Like, I'm so lucky that was never my experience, but I know people personally who've had that experience. I've witnessed it, like, firsthand. I've seen people talk to their kids in a way that I just think, How could you do that? How could you ruin it for your kid? How could you do that? Like, why? What good is this doing you? But then you have to take it one step further and realize that that's probably what their upbringing was, and they probably don't know any differently. Now, some parents will break the mold and will want to encourage their kids to think outside the box and to have that kind of thing. So the kind of thing that I'm trying to bring this right around full circle to is to, like, first of all, if the kid grabbed you, that's a no-no. Like, that's your personal space. That should be, like, a hey to the parents, respectfully, kindly. Obviously, the kid was not respectful of you, but it doesn't, you know, we don't want to feed it anymore, right? So you're like, hey, please don't do that. You can always ask a lifeguard for assistance, too. But remembering that this is it is a negative cycle where people have been hurt, or people have had, like, one of my very first live streams, or my second or third live stream, I had somebody heckling me and being really awful in my comment section, and I just wasn't really in the mood for it that day, and I just said, so what happened? Just what happened? Who hurt you? Why are you doing this to me? Something happened to you, and I am sorry that that happened to you. You didn't deserve that. Nobody deserves that. So it doesn't come from, like, you know, because I've been bullied, and I've also been the bully. That's just a fact. You know, when you are somebody who's been bullied, and I've, like, you know, never anything physical. It's always just been, like, maybe teasing or name calling and that kind of thing. Now, I was physically bullied as well, but it all comes from somewhere. It all stems from something. So as long as you can keep your head and know that you're okay by you, and whatever is happening with this kid is what's happening with this kid, and it's unfortunate, and it doesn't make you feel very good, but something has obviously happened that has made them that way. And it is so sad when it happens to kids. I know that I've had kids who've been like, oh, are you sure? Like, are you a real mermaid, or this kind of thing? And I'll try in a nice way kind of explain to them that, like, well, if you believe I'm real, that's all that matters. You know, because your imagination, and then, you know my spiel, right? It's a precious gift, and it is. And it's really important that that's what we foster. And if there's some way that you can practice or, like, come back around to having something that you could say that doesn't make the situation worse, because grabbing your, like, I've had kids grab my tail, and it's scary when it happens, especially if it happens when you're swimming underwater and you feel a little hand pull on you, and you're like, whoa, dude, yo, personal space, what's up? But that definitely takes some getting used to, because some kids just aren't on board, and I really try not to push it, because you aren't going to undo what's been done. Like, that's not up to you, right? That's not your responsibility. It's not your child. As long as you can kind of show blah, 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 blah. See? I made it almost the whole stream without messing up. Anyway, as long as you can show some kindness and some patience and that kind of thing, that's, like, the best thing that you can do, because I don't, like, it sucks when it happens. I know it does. I'm so sorry that happened to you. That's not cool. Nobody deserves that. Okay. Asha says, I can't wait to swim with my mermaid tail. Yeah! Mermaid Queen says, oh, some other kids were grabbing and pulling at my tail while I was swimming. Yeah, that's not cool. Silver Dragon, is there a way to line a spandex tail? Yep, you can use, like, a bathing suit lining. It will add a lot more drag. I know that I think Moongazer had one with 3 layers at one point she had. And she was actually able to get, like, a really cool, not a lot of knee gapping and stuff happening with that. That's not something I've ever tried. We did do it for Mermaid Kim's tail. We did add lining, but that was more her figuring it out and me sewing it. So that was kind of a team effort. But it is possible. By team represent. Woo woo! There you go. Silver Dragon. Oh, man. Am I really that far behind? I feel so silly. Okay. Eduk says, hi, did I miss something? You did miss a little bit, but you know what? You can go back afterwards and check it all out. It's going to be a good episode for you. I promise. You definitely should rewatch. Okay, where did I get to? When I got out and took my tail off, kids were also telling me that I'm not a real mermaid. Yeah. It is definitely part of it. It is definitely part of the experience. I would have to look, because I've not had any kids, like, I've gotten in and out of my tail in front of kids before. Yeah. Just know that, like, I've got your back, okay? The mermaid community's got your back, all right? You know, these things are going to be sent to try us. These are the things we're going to experience. Then they do suck, and it is going to be part of it. I always find, like, being more matter-of-fact about it helps, too, and not engaging. Like, if you can avoid it, don't give them looks or let them know that they're getting to you, you know? Try, like I always say, to try and stay in your own head and know that if they're giving you a hard time, it's because they're having a hard time. So, that's like, I really try to think of it that way. I know it's hard, and I'm giving you the biggest mermaid hug right now. You don't deserve that. You deserve better than that. And I hope that it stops happening, okay? I really do. By 5? Yes. That's amazing. Oh, man. Jennifer, hi. Rose says, kids are all about shaming these days, you know, and it's just what society makes, because we're not thin enough, we're not tall enough, we're not short enough, we're not, you know, oh, well, you're not curvy enough to be, you know, body positive, or whatever, or you wear glasses, or you wear contacts, or your hair, or your makeup, or what you wear, and it's just like this endless freaking loop of garbage. Everybody shaming everybody, and I really hate and love social media for that. Like, I love my social media accounts because I can interact with you guys and I can chat with you all, and it's a beautiful thing, and I know it's 9:01. I'm just gonna, there's some good points we're getting here. But I hate it because it's just like, I don't know, it's so easy to fake and so easy to make it look like your life is one way, which is, and I'm just as guilty of that as everybody else. I do try to be real with you guys, like, on my live streams, and be, you know, as me as possible, so that you guys know that I'm just like everybody else. I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But, on social media, it's really easy. Like, I'm probably sitting somewhere between 20, 25 pounds overweight right now, but I know how to pose for a picture on Instagram that does not make me look, that makes me look maybe 5 pounds less than my ideal weight. Like, there's all kinds of cheats, you know what I'm saying? It's not, so never try and live by that. So when teenagers and these young people who are being bombarded left, right, and center with, this is exactly what you should be and how you should do it, and, like, I'll hear, I know, it's okay. Alfie says you gotta be true to you, guys. Gotta be you, right? But, like, I have no idea what I was about to say. What was I about to say? Alphonse? You be true to you, and I was going with the thing. Oh, yeah. It's like when I hear, like, and this is absolutely nothing against, like, youth and, like, young people, like, or, like, people in high school, because I know a really large part of my audience, you guys are significantly younger than I am, and that's okay. But just, Mer Mama over here is just gonna give a little bit of wisdom, okay? Where you're at in your lives right now, this is all to my younger sort of middle school, high school, this kind of thing. Where you are now is temporary, okay? The best is yet to come. You guys have amazing futures ahead of you, and don't feel like you are boxed into just because that's what social media has led you to believe, okay? That's just my little tidbit. I'm going to go through the last couple of comments here super quick before we sign off for the evening, and then I am going to crash on my couch and watch some telly. It rainbows. Yeah. Wait, are you, is that a legitimate guess as to what my secret little item is going to be? It's going to be such a good design. I'm so excited for you guys to see. I feel so sneaky. I mean, a couple of people already know what these mystery leggings are going to be, and I'm pretty excited. They're so pretty. Okay, I swear that's the last time I'm going to talk about it. That's awesome. FD, yeah. Some are, yeah. I'm a high school teacher in Texas, and it's pretty amazing how good the kids are. Yeah. about race, gender, and sexuality. Yeah, some places are really good and some places are just garbage. You know what? Like, for me, this is what, like, the foundation of how I like mermaiding is just acceptance of everybody. Like, it doesn't bloody well matter. Do you know what I mean? It really doesn't. When you come down to, like, the absolute foundation of it all, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? I don't know. I have, like, my theories, and I just wish that the rest of the world was on board. Do you know what I'm saying? Come on, universe. Come on, universe! Okay. I'm almost at the bottom here. Let me just see where I'm going to get. If I miss any of you guys, be sure to tune in, and I'm so sorry. For those of you who are just seeing this at the end, I'm going to do one last reminder that Tail Talk Tuesdays are no longer going to be every week. They are now going to be the first Tuesday of every month, unless I am somehow motivated and able to do it more than once a month. I just need to take a little bit of a pause. I am going to still be live streaming over on Twitch. Information for that you can find on my Twitter account when I'll be posting. And I'm Courtney Mermaid on Twitter, so that was just one last thing. I am not quitting live streaming altogether, I promise. I just need to make sure that I'm gonna, you know, running out of spoons, you guys. It's good times. Okay, Zach says, I've swam in my mermaid leggings with monument fin before, but I've made my first fabric mermaid tail and I swam in it for the first time and it was different. How challenging was it for you? Well, if you would like to have a laugh, go back to my 2011 video, I think it's 2011 video playlist, and watch my very first swim in my mermaid tail and watch my expression and tell me what you think of me in that tail. Up until then, I'd only ever worn really light spandex tails, and that tail, the one that I was swimming in, my very first painted tail, was heavy, and I was so disappointed. The look on my face pretty much says it all, and I didn't realize I was making such a resting face, but I really was, and it was just bad news bears all over the place. What have I got in my eyeball? Seriously? So don't feel bad. It gets easier. Now it's a non-issue because I've gotten stronger, but yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna look through, make sure there wasn't anything major because I know. Yes, Alfie does have a favorite channel. Seriously though, Gone to the Snow Dogs, guys. Amazing. They have a cooking channel, a vlog channel, and a dog channel where they post like dog cooking videos and all kinds of amazing. 3 huskies. One of them's going through a really hard time right now though. It makes me so sad because she's also my favorite. Oakley's her name and I love her so much, and I'm not gonna cry, but the video today and yesterday, like, they almost ended me, I'm telling you. It was just, I've been following them for a long time now, so. Wow, I'm so far behind. I thought there was only a couple of questions left here. Okay. I'm gonna say behind the chat, I'm sorry. Oh my god. Oh, jeez. Thanks, Purple Girl. That's so sweet. Yeah, I would love to do, like, another meetup. That'd be really sweet, and have just, like, a bunch of people come out to it. Be a lot of fun. Okay. Okay, gosh, there's so many for me to still go through. It's 9:08, so I'm gonna just... Oh my god, how did I miss so many? Oh my god! Okay, guys, there's way too many for me to go through. What I'm gonna do is... I don't know what I'm gonna do, because I'm so far behind on the chat. That's terrible. I'm really sorry, you guys. I'm not usually that bad, but you guys don't usually have this many, like, hard-hitting, serious questions, you know what I'm saying? So I am going to leave that at that tonight, because it's 9:09. I had a really long day. I have been up for many, many hours because I had a bunch of freelance work to do, so I've been up since almost 6 this morning, just before 6 this morning, and I'm really tired, and I'd like a nap. I might hang out for a little bit longer on Instagram. If you guys want to come and hang out with me, I'm Vancouver Mermaid, and I'll do maybe a little mini live stream. If you had any pressing questions you wanted me to answer, maybe I can answer them on there. Otherwise, yeah, next live stream is going to be the first Tuesday of May. The first Tuesday of May. I don't know what day that is. First Tuesday of May. Keep an eye on my Twitter. Right, Alfie? Keep an eye on my Twitter, Courtney Mermaid, because I post when I'm streaming on there. If you guys do have major questions, I do have, like, my Patreon pod has access to a chat that I check daily. So if you want to become part of my Patreon pod and help support the work that I do monthly, that'd be sweet. Go check it out. I am what am I? Oh my gosh, there's a link in the description. I'm telling you, I'm not, like, I'm holding it together just for you guys, but here it is. It's patreon.com/Vancouver Mermaid is where I'm at, so I am able to have more one-on-one with those guys over on our private Discord, so that's really good. That's another option to make up. And other than that, I don't have too much more to add. For those of you who had questions about the stuff that I use and my cameras and whatnot, I believe, do I have it up? No, I don't have it up. Why don't I have it up here? I thought I had it up here. Dude, that is so uncool. Jeez Louise. Okay, well, I will add it up in my next Tail Talk. I won't go over it today. Anyways, that's all she wrote for today, guys. I should go and sign off now. Thank you so much for watching. Huge shout out to my mods. You guys are the best. And to all my Patreons. Did I just do it? I totally did it. Oh my god. If Eric watches this later, he's gonna laugh. That's bad. And a big shout out to my patrons who support me and make it possible for me to do all these crazy things that I do. And for those of you who've been watching and continue to watch and like and subscribe and all those amazing things, I love you all so much. And I see that Eric is there, so he's probably just heard me do that. Don't you laugh at me, Eric. Anyways, that's all she wrote. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching, and happy swimming, you guys. I love you all, and we'll see you next week. Or not next week, next month. I'm gonna go. Bye.